Hey folks, welcome to the village. Today I'm going to be working on making up some of my chicken rub. I'm going to make Cornish hens later, so I'm going to show you what we make my rub, my chicken rub, poultry rub, whatever you want to call it. Just a recipe that I pull off the internet here, and this is basically the ingredients you see here that I'm going to put in it. I'm just going to measure this out. Usually I'll double or triple it, but I have a decent amount of it already, so I'm just going to make a little extra so I just have more after I use it today. So we'll get started with the first thing here. Paprika. Tablespoon of paprika goes in to get it started. Again, personal preference, how spicy you want it. I use Spanish paprika. You can use the spicier, Hungarian if you like. It's just, again, personal taste. And this isn't precision. I mean, close is good enough with this. That's paprika. Now, I use the pink Himalayan salt. It says kosher salt. Again, if you want to use that, that's totally up to you. I love the salt. 3 teaspoons of this. 1, 2. Again, doesn't have to be too precise. Pink salt. Next is garlic powder. Tablespoon of garlic powder. I like the granulated garlic powder. Garlic powder, if you like that, works also. Alright. Then brown sugar. That's a tablespoon of brown sugar. I personally like to put a little more in. Again, whatever you feel like putting in, I just like to put a little extra in. I think it just helps make things a little more juicy. Brown sugar, put it on the counter. Next thing up is cumin, half a teaspoon of cumin. And again, the thing I like best about making your own, you control what you put in it, you keep the sodium down, which is a good thing. And using the better sodium, your pink Himalayan salt versus, sodium benzoate, a lot of stuff they put in the commercial rubs. Teaspoon of sage. Ground sage I like to use. Pull the top off of this. And then a teaspoon of oregano. Next up is half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Again, sometimes I'll put a little bit more. Again, I like mine spicy. Next up, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Sometimes I'll use white pepper. White pepper just has to me, a little bit, almost like a smoky taste. Black pepper, and last but not least, a little coriander. Half a teaspoon of coriander. Doesn't really come out real well. It's easier just to scoop it out. That's it. Pretty simple. I'll just take a spoon, mix it up real good in the bowl, and then, like I said, I like to save containers like this and just put a label on it. Shake it up real good. Sometimes you gotta take the brown sugar and crunch it down a little bit because it's kind of clumpy, just nature of brown sugar. It's really not too bad. It's kind of basically what you end up with. Take my container here. Throw it in there. Lid back on there. Simple as that. Shake it up. Now you're good to go. Poultry chicken rub. I got some Cornish hens over here. We're gonna take those out of the plastic wrap. I like to rinse them off real good. Get some of the water and the sodium that's in with them off. And we'll take those and I'll get them on a tray, and then we'll take the rub and we'll take and rub those up real good. So let me get those ready here and we'll go do that. All right, now we got the Cornish hens here. These are come in a plastic little thing here. Nice. I get them, I buy these over at the store, pretty inexpensive. I'm just gonna cut these open. Quite a bit of liquid in them. So I like to take them out. I have to give them a little rinse to try to get some of that sodium and stuff that's in with them off. Side and everything, just to get a little bit of it off. Pat there, get a little extra excess water off, toss it onto the sheet there. Just repeat that. We're doing 4 of them. I like to do 4, just the 2 of us, but I'll do 4. We each eat 1. I'll wrap them up or put them in a container, toss them in the fridge. Middle of the week, you can easily just toss them back into the toaster oven, 300 degrees for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, heat them up, and it tastes just as good. So that's what I like to do. Stuff. These actually are pretty nice. I think 230 milligrams of sodium in here for total. So they're really not too bad, but I still like to get a little of that excess sodium off of them. Pat off a little bit, throw it on the tray. I get these things, they're pretty tight. Last one. Get it on the tray. Settle up in a second. Go ahead and wash my hands here a little bit, get some of that off before we start rubbing them down. Okay, this is all pretty simple. A rub we made up earlier. Just give that another good shake. And it's just simple as putting a nice coat all over. Get it up under the wings. Get it on the wings themselves. Rub that in a little bit. Flip them over. I like to load them up pretty good myself. It's again totally up to you. I like to pull it on the inside. Just flip them back over and hit the outside again. You don't have to, with the skin on, you don't really have to rub it so much. I just like to let it kind of work its way in. That brown sugar will work it in pretty good. Yeah, go through it pretty fast the way I do it. I like to layer on there pretty good. And again, once we get these done, we'll let these sit in the fridge for a good 4 hours probably before I actually put them on the smoker. Probably cook them about 200 degrees on the smoker. Again, just cooking to temp, not trying to cook any certain amount of time. We're just going to use the meat thermometer. Check it once we reach that. I believe it's 165 on, I'll have to double check that on poultry. And once that internal temperature is reached, we'll take and pull them out. We'll put them on a tray and we'll let them rest. Let them rest a good 10 minutes before we eat them. Just kind of works everything back out. They're back into the birds and everything. That's pretty much it. Step back on there. Good coating on there. That's pretty much it. A little bit wasteful, but not bad. So let's go what they look like when we get done. So we'll take these, I'll take some plastic wrap, we'll wrap those up, I'll stick them out in the fridge out there. Again, we'll let them sit out there for probably about 4 hours, I like to do. And then we'll bring them back in and I'll sit them down on the counter, unwrap them, we'll let them come back up to room temp. Then we'll go out to the smoker and while we're letting them warm up, and we'll get the chips. I'll put those in some water, get them soaking, we'll put those into the chip container, get those started, we'll get the thing pre-warmed up, and then we'll bring these out and put them on the smoker. Okay, see we got the Cornish hens back out of the fridge. Got the plastic wrap off. They've been sitting there for about 15 minutes, get back to room temp. You can see in the bottom of the panel, if you can see that, that's just everything where it's sweated out of them. So I got my apple chips on there I'm going to use today. They're in the smoker. I got it preheated to 210. We're going to take these and put those on there and probably, I don't know, probably take 2.5 hours. Again, we're just going to cook it to core temp on the using the meat thermometer. Let's see. Yeah, until we reach a core temp of 165. So we'll take the temp with that. And then once we hit that 165, we'll pull these off. Put them back on the plate. We'll tint them up with some foil and let them rest before we eat them. So let's go out and put these bad boys on the smoker. They're back out at the smoker, got chips in there, got the air opened up to get us good airflow. We're going to take and open this bad boy up. Got my tray down there with some apple cider vinegar and water in there. I'm going to take and put these guys on. The bigger ones down below. Close that up. Check my temp. Gonna cook these at 210. Again, probably 2.5 hours. Again, it doesn't really matter time-wise. We're just gonna hit them with the meat thermometer and just make sure we're at that 165 core temp. So let these get going and check back on them here in a little bit, see how everything's going. Okay, back here we got the hens going there in the smoker. Over here for our other items on the grill, we got our potatoes going right here. Got our basket all warmed up over here. We're going to take these green beans. We're going to take those. They're in a little olive oil, salt, pepper, and a little pepper flake. Let's put those in the little basket here. We'll cook those on there. Put a little indirect heat on them. Once these are close to finish, we'll turn those off. But we'll just put a little indirect heat on there and run those on there, and that's what we're going to be eating today. So I'm going to check these right now. I think I'm probably going to get the beans on. I got my hens over there. They're up to about 100, and last time I checked 140. I want to get to 165 on the internal temp. That's when I'll pull them off. So we'll go check them right in about 15 minutes. Let me go check these potatoes and we'll get this going. Okay, back here we got the hens going there in the smoker. Over here for our other items on the grill, we got our potatoes going right here. Got our basket all warmed up over here. We're going to take these green beans. We're going to take those. They're in a little olive oil, salt, pepper, and a little pepper flake. We're going to put those in the little basket here. We'll cook those on there. Put a little indirect heat on them. Once these are close to finish, we'll turn those off. But we'll just put a little indirect heat on there and run those on there, and that's what we're going to be eating today. So I'm going to check these right now. I think I'm probably going to get the beans on. I got my hens over there. They're up to about 100, and last time I checked 140. I want to get to 165 on the internal temp. That's when I'll pull them off. So we'll go check them right in about 15 minutes. Let me go check these potatoes and we'll get this going. Alright guys, there's my Cornish hens. Hit my 165 core temp. I'm going to take them off now. I'm going to take them in and we're going to tin them up with some foil. Let them sit for probably another 10 minutes or so. Let them rest a little bit, and then we'll take and go and eat those guys. So thanks for watching. Like if you like the video, subscribe, and comment below if you have any comments, suggestions, or any ideas, or any questions. I'm going to post a picture of my recipe for my rub, so I'll put that up. So if you guys want to look at the rub that I use for these guys, or other stuff over on the grill. I'm going to pull this off in a second too. There's our potatoes. Beans just about done. Going to pull those off too in a couple seconds. So again, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me. And you folks have a good night.